Okay, folks, we'll go ahead and get started here. Thanks, pretty good crowd out here tonight for KY-QRP. I'm going to do things a little different rather than standing at the lectern. I'm gonna sit. I've had some fatigue and stuff lately, so I think it'd be better. We got a long night between this and the bars meeting, so Mr. Glenn, would you care to introduce yourself?
Well, all right. I'm Glenn Dawson, AK4HA.
I'm Linda Dawson, AK4GC.
Okay.
David Nash, I'm just a visitor, KM4KPV.
Hello, David.
Hey, how are you?
Okay.
Jim Gill, W2HDY.
Brad, WA4HPM.
Okay.
Jim, KF4MPM.
Terry Lehman, N60KR.
Mark Breeding, KB4FEE.
James Slesser, WA9MED.
Bruce, KM4EHU.
Smokey, KE6IVK.
Larry, WD4IOW.
Bill Cotter, N4LG.
What was yours again, Larry?
Whiskey Delta 4,
Mm-hmm.
India Romeo Whiskey.
Okay. Okay, I think I got everybody. Good deal. Thank y'all for coming out. For those of you who might be new, I've got a little handout up here. A couple of pages, talks about KY-QRP and about our email listserv and the meetings and the monthly luncheons and some websites and stuff like that, and some stuff from Wikipedia. Anybody want one? Have you seen one of these, David?
No.
Okay. I was going to say, I know you're brand new to this.
Thank you.
So, okay. I got plenty of them. I know you were with us last month, right? And Bart's been with us, so. How about you, Larry? Do you want a copy of this? Okay. Okay, good deal. Alrighty, so for the month of November, any birthdays? No November babies in here, okay. Anybody in sick bay? Any idea where Roger and Loretta are tonight?
They're on their way home from Heidemann.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
They planned to be here, but didn't quite
Didn't quite make it, okay.
make it.
Alrighty. Well, they're gonna miss a good bars meeting. How about upgrades? Has anybody upgraded their license recently? Okay. Well, let's go ahead and talk about the luncheon for November. Odd numbered months are at the Frisch's on Harrodsburg Road, and really the 24th is Thanksgiving. So how does the 17th look for you all, Glenn and Linda?
I see my girl writing it in, so it looks okay.
Okay, and she's not writing over top of anything, so okay. So it'll be November 17th at 11:30 at Frisch's. Okay, and I want to have a discussion about for the even numbered months, what we should do. And for those of you that might have missed the discussion in the mailing list, or wherever we had mentioned about this before, was that we went to during October we went to Denny's, as we usually do down here, and Pete and Jim Clough got there first, and they would not let us sit in the back where they have the big tables. And so we only had 6 people, so we fit at a table up front. But we really had preferred to sit back in the back. So it ended up being a good thing that you weren't there, because there would have been.
Mom's in a nursing home over there now. She's been in the hospital, has pancreatic cancer.
Yeah.
And we went over there for lunch, and it was terrible.
Downhill some.
There were 3 people there. We couldn't even get somebody come and take our money.
Yeah. I think most likely the problem that we had the day we were there for the luncheon was they didn't have enough servers to cover that back room.
Well, they had that problem there,
Yeah.
and he told, they had the chili on their menu, and they didn't have the chili.
Yeah,
I asked him
That
if,
made him really mad. That was it.
that's right, yeah.
then I went to order salad and asked him to leave the dressing off and blame me something else. He said, oh no, it comes with the dressing already on it. And when we got ready to leave, I couldn't get them to come up there to take our money. There was
Yeah.
a line of us waiting.
Well, in years past, I've seen that problem. A friend of mine and I went in one time late-ish, like 8:30, 9 o'clock for dinner, and it was literally an hour from the time we placed our order till the time we got our food.
That's,
Now, we were so busy talking that it didn't really matter that much, but that's just not acceptable. So basically, we're back in the search for a place to have the North End luncheon, and a number of things have been tossed out. We have gone to Cracker Barrel in the past and done pretty well there. The thing that we liked about Denny's was that it was somewhat quieter,
yeah.
but Cracker Barrel will work in a pinch. Now, does anybody want to put forth other ideas? We had discussed the possibility of going to the Frisch's in Hamburg for the North End lunch. Okay, that's a possibility as well. Other things have been suggested. Somebody said something about Golden Corral, and we used to go there, but we did have people at the time that didn't particularly want to go there, so we didn't have particularly good attendance. But that's also an option. So anybody that's interested in the North End lunch, want to toss out an idea here? If not, I think what I'm going to do for December, now we'll have time to talk about this at the December meeting, but I think probably what we'll do is pencil in Cracker Barrel and see how that goes. Our groups have been somewhat smaller lately, so I don't think the noise problem is going to be that big of a deal. And you can get whatever you want at Cracker Barrel, and very rarely is the service bad. So I think that's probably what we're going to do. Okay, the next item on the agenda is that Pete Clough had some communication with a gentleman who I found out today is the emergency coordinator for Mercer County, Jim Boyd, KM4KGN, Kilo Golf November. And he has invited us to, he runs sort of a, like a camp that church groups and others are able to use, very, very large, 30 acres plus. And he has invited us to do field work down there. And I haven't done any kind of a schedule for this, or considered any kind of a schedule. If my recollection is correct, he lives pretty close to the Garrett Madison County line off of State Route 52. And I apologize if I've gotten that incorrect. But I think probably what we would want to do, just to be on the safe side, is to anybody that wants to volunteer to go down and take a look at the place. And I have his contact information. In fact, let me just read this last note I got from him. We do have an area of the farm with access to electricity and restroom facilities for camping. We can also provide electrical hookups for campers' RVs. However, we do not have sewage facilities for them. Both the lower pasture and barn have their own electrical services, and we have about 30 acres of trees where you guys can hang antennas. During the spring and summer months, weekdays will actually fit into the schedule much easier, particularly on short notice, as the farm is used for weddings and other ministry-related events most weekends. We can help you out on some weekends through the summer months, but we kind of need some advance notice. I had said something about the fact that, we do a lot of our stuff on the weekdays since we've got so many retirees. Your people can come out and look the place over anytime. Just have them call me at the number below a day or two before. We do have our last 2 weddings of the season scheduled for this weekend and next. Got this note on October the 20th. So your folks can come out pretty much anytime after that and have run of the place until the weather gets too cold for them. So, does anybody want to volunteer to form a committee, to give the guy a call, figure out a time to go down there and look at it? And if nobody wants to do it yet this year, we could pick it up in the spring. Volunteers.
How soon do we need to do that?
Well, I don't think it's any hurry.
Okay.
Do you want to volunteer?
I'd like to.
Okay.
Tied up at the moment.
Okay.
with my mother, because
Okay.
I thought maybe Roger and I could run out and
Okay.
look it over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay.
Just forward me the letter.
Okay, yeah, I'll see to it that you get the information. If I don't have this in soft copy, I'll get a hard copy to you.
So
And
is the campground in Mercer County or?
I think, is it in Mercer County?
Lives in Mercer County.
yeah.
It's right down there where he lives at.
Okay.
It's a big farm.
Okay. Because that's not adjacent to Madison County.
Well, then I'm probably not right about that then, but it's,
No, Garrett County and Madison County's on this side, and Mercer County's on this side.
okay,
And it's just a little corner that it hits. I mean, it's
Okay.
not very much. Mercer
Okay.
County's hair is burned.
yeah, I should
think I know
have,
who he's talking about.
mm-hmm.
It's EC then.
Yeah, did I say, I probably should have said Garrett, not Mercer. I'm not real familiar with that area, so I apologize on that, but,
You know, it might be in Garrett County, I'm not sure. What's his call sign?
Kilo Mike 4, Kilo Golf November.
Kilo Mike 4.
Yeah, if somebody can look him up, that'll be good. And so, yeah, so I apologize if I got the counties wrong, but and I don't have it written here. But he is the EC of the county that he's in. Okay. Alrighty. Well, let's move on to activities. What people have been doing. Glenn and Linda, I know you certainly have been doing something.
At the
Yeah,
hospital.
for the last 3 weeks, we have been with my mother day and night.
Okay.
She is not gonna make it from pancreatic cancer.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
We've been spending a lot of time.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, we went to Washington DC, the weekend just before that. And before that, I was working on my satellite station.
Mm-hmm.
I've got the pole in the ground. It's on a push-up, it's on a tilt-over pole, and I got the antennas in. I got the rotor running, and the big computer control. And I was soldering up the cables when we left, and working on my station.
Okay. Did you find
What's
it?
his name again?
Jim Boyd, B-O-I-D?
Okay, he's in Berea.
Yeah, well, his address is Berea.
There's a post office box in Berea.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
But I think, does 52 run west out of Berea?
That runs out of Richmond.
Okay.
Well, kind of. I mean,
Yeah, okay.
Goes from Richmond to Lancaster.
You know.
Okay. And Lancaster's in Garrett County?
Garrett,
Okay. So he must be the EC of Garrett County, and that must be, so it must be the Garrett Madison County line
I
then.
can find that out too.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Okay, well, we'll be thinking about your mom. Anybody else got anything to report, Brad?
I have done nothing with radio, but I did help a friend build a book cabinet.
No, you found me the cabinet. I had to build everything around it. Yeah. Those of you on Facebook probably saw about my little free library, and that's been an experience, a lot of fun. And I rigged up I rigged up a mirror in my shack so I can sit at my main operating position and look in this mirror, and I can see people coming up to the library. And this one middle school kid was coming up today, and he was just about online, and I think he could see the mirror and me looking at him, and it's like, well, but I'm just watching to make sure that everything's on the up and up. But for you book lovers, I highly recommend the Little Free Library program, littlefreelibrary.org, and I have one in my front yard now, thanks to a lot of help from Brad, which I really do appreciate. Okay, anybody else with activities to report? Anything over here? QRP stuff, guys?
I finally got my 30-meter antenna up. It took about a year.
Oh, yeah. Well, and every time that, there's some DX on 30 meters that I can't hear, I think about you with your 2 elements at 100 feet or something like that. 'Cause
First contact was ZL5G.
yeah, about as far away from here as you can get. Yeah. Well, that's awesome.
It wasn't QRP. But it was,
Well, but you probably could have worked him on QRP, though, if you'd wanted to.
maybe so. It's 30's been kind of noisy lately.
Has it? Yeah.
I think the eddy index is kind of high.
I worked in Bulgaria just before we left out. I worked in Bulgaria.
Which band?
It was 17 meters.
Oh, okay. That's been awfully good this year.
Yeah.
Awfully good.
Well, I've sat and called CQ on 30 meter CW with my dipole running 5 watts. And sometimes I get an answer and sometimes I don't. I sat there one time, in fact, like there's going to be a game come on in a half an hour or something. It's too late to start anything. I'm just going to call CQ until game time. And I called and I called and I called and I called and I called. And I've worked quite a few countries on 30, not necessarily at QRP power levels, but 2 elements at 100 feet is...
You can hear now.
Yeah.
Something I've noticed too is if I work digital, there's always digital stations on. Yeah, but
I bet that's probably how I've worked most of my DX on 30 is using the JT65.
okay, and that's the one that's like you send CQ and it takes 4 minutes or something.
Yeah,
Okay.
at least 4,
I'm
more
not
like
that patient.
5 or 6. So, alrighty, let's see here. Okay, anybody else with activity? You don't have to have a 2-element beam at 30 feet to impress us.
I worked it on my rotatable dipole.
Did you?
I'm really enjoying using that.
Yeah. It sounds like good antenna. Alrighty, well, we'll make this last call so that the bars felt. Yes, sir.
He's Aries coordinator for Garrett County.
Yeah, okay. So if I said Mercer, wherever I said Mercer, just substitute Garrett.
Berea is in Mercer County.
Huh?
Berea is in Mercer County.
Oh, I was saying that was in Madison County.
Madison County, you're right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Mercer County would be Harrisburg.
That's clear over there towards Harrodsburg. Yeah, okay.
But I've heard him talk about that place on 9-4.
Okay,
So,
okay.
and, a couple of times he's invited people down there.
Okay, well, if anybody decides that they want to volunteer, with the, way, otherwise we'll wait for Glenn when he's got a little bit more time. It's getting late in the season anyway, and you got, if you go out on a field event, it's kind of like, well, you got limited daylight now, even if the weather's nice. So it's kind of like, probably just run to a city park and leave it at that. But I think for next year, we definitely want to look at that.
I think some of the best times we had was when we went over to the horse park.
Yeah.
And about this time of the year, and get a big old fire going and just had a great old time. Stayed there all night.
Yep, absolutely. So is anybody, to talk specifically about field work, has anybody done any field work in the last month or so? Anybody planning, anybody got any field work planned for between now and when the snow flies? Okay, alrighty. Well, if that's everything from everybody, I'll go ahead and clear out of here, and we'll let bars get going. And thank you all for coming, good attendance tonight, and there's gonna be a great bars meeting, so stick around. Thank you all.